Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rangers Talk on the Spot. Today we've got another blast from the past. We're going to be talking about the Kinning Park. This is Rangers' first ever ground. It was their ground from 1876 to 1887, and it was formerly owned by the Clydesdale Cricket Club, and Rangers agreed to take over. We're moving to that new location. It was actually a place called Titwood, where they remain today. So Clydesdale played both football and cricket at the time. The playing field was situated where the eastbound carriageway of the M8 now runs. So today you can't really see that stadium. It's actually a motorway. But we're going to get some more information about this ground from Dean, who is going to tell us. Hi Dean, how are you today? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. So the ground was officially opened on 2nd of September 1876 with a match against the Vale of Leven.
Against who, sorry?
Vale of Leven.
Who are they?
Now defunct.
Yeah,
this team from
defunct. Yeah, and the crowd was 1,500, so a bit off of what
you're used to. Yeah.
But as obviously Rangers were only a few years old then.
Getting
and that game we won 2-1.
So was that Rangers' first ever game then?
At this ground.
At
This ground, yes.
at Kinning
Park. It was says here it's one of the finest victories to date. But after that we were grown rapidly as a club, and all around Glasgow we were being spoken about.
So Kinning Park is where it kind of all started for Rangers then.
Yeah.
That's where the success story started.
And that season, end of that season, we were in our first ever Scottish Cup final, which was played at Hamilton Crescent.
Hamilton Crescent.
And that's where Rangers first took strong foot Scottish football.
So that's when they made the kind of like a name for themselves.
Yes, and that was about 5 years after we were formed.
Yeah. Great. Well, David, do you want to give us another
further
insight?
I'm fascinated with this stuff.
Yeah,
just
so
intriguing when we look back
and look at where Rangers came from. And I mean, it's important because a lot of younger fans don't know about Kinning Park. I never knew about Kinning Park until yesterday.
Some of the young teens growing up, Rangers supporters, do you know about Kinning Park? They'd look at you with a blank face, you know.
I know. We need to remember. I'm sure before Kinning Park, they played at Fleshers Hall was our first.
Yeah, we'll feature that surface on another podcast, guys.
Definitely.
But today's
just a little bit of information we've got here. Scotland actually played against Ireland in the British Home Championship match in 1889.
So I'm guessing that's at Kinning Park, yeah?
Yeah, and Scotland won 7-0 in that match.
Wow, not bad.
Yeah.
7-0. Absolute
it was
thrashing.
a crowd of 1,800. So
what was it? Does anybody know the maximum capacity of this? We're going to say 2,000 people?
Well, from the information here, we've got it held up to 20,000 people.
20,000 people?
Yeah.
Wow. So it just wasn't, Rangers wasn't well known back then for them to have big crowds.
This is where we were standing, there was no seats.
Oh, so this is safe standing, is it? Okay.
I don't think safe standing was about in the late 1800s. But yeah, just...
But no, I mean, we've got... Dean, so tell me, Dean, do you know any family members or anybody, or do you both know any, do you know your great-great-grandfather, anybody? I mean, anybody in the comments section want to leave, anybody listening to this, if you know anything about Kinning Park, do let us know in the comments. But what about both of you? Do you know anybody that went to Kinning Park?
It's a tricky one, this. I mean, you're going back centuries, you know.
Going back a good 100, almost 140 years.
There's a well-known Rangers historian, Robert McElroy. I would like to get in touch with you if you can hear this video. He's a very well-known man round about Ibrox, and he knows his history. And some of the information we've got here is actually from his books, which are sold at Ibrox. And if you take a wee look at the screen, guys, we've got a picture here, Ancients v the Moderns. This was the last picture taken at Kinning Park, and it's a bit grainy, but it's a cracking photo, isn't it?
So that game was on 26th February 1887. That was our last game at Kinning Park, a game against the Moderns and the Ancients. The Ancients was a team that was full of players from early days at Fleshers Hall, which has been mentioned, against the team of the day at the time.
If you take a wee look at this picture, guys, this was taken in 1929, and it's a picture from the Daily Record, which shows Rangers just outside the little clubhouse.
We'll try and link that picture into the podcast so you guys can have a look. But I want to mention first, I mean, Celtic Park opened in 1892, and that was when Rangers then subsequently decided to move to Glasgow in December 1899.
Govan.
Not Glasgow, Govan. Sorry. So Ibrox Park, so Rangers' second ground, which is now called Ibrox Park, was then opened. So it looks to me like Celtic opened in Glasgow, and then Rangers then decided to
Yeah.
compete with them and to go. And
Well, I think it was vice versa. I think Celtic were trying to compete with Rangers at first, and then obviously they
That makes sense. We were a competing team in Scottish Cup finals before they were formed, but we don't want to talk about them, do we?
This is a
Rangers
Rangers-
Yeah, and we've also got a map of the stadium. If you look in the screen, guys, you can see the railway sleeper fence.
Yeah, wow.
Look at the field of play.
Look at the clubhouse, tiny little
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
Oh, look at us tenants.
Tenants. What, are they tents, you think? As in beer tents, maybe?
Must
Who
have been,
knows?
must have
But
been.
it's quite intriguing. This
Or
was
does anybody know if Rangers were sponsored by tenants back in those?
back in the days.
We were sponsored by Tenants early 2010s.
Yeah, maybe 6-7 years ago. Also,
wow,
if, this next photo, if you take a look on the screen, guys, we're showing the actual map on the M8. As you can see, that is exactly where it stood.
It's on the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
So is where the area is an area of Kinning Park, but
Does anybody know if there's a memorial section around there for Kinning Park?
there's a subway station.
There's a subway station
There's a subway
there.
station.
Kinning
so
Park subway station.
So that's the last kind
Yeah.
of remains
So-
of Glasgow.
So we're driving
Rangers Football Club at
driving
Kinnings Park.
past Kinning Park in the M8. There's a good chance of driving through one of Rangers' first ever stadiums.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I mean, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, David. I mean, if you know anything else about Kinning Park, we just wanted to kind of get the word out there about it. But yeah,
it was good last week as well. We did the Real Madrid Rangers game where there was a listener who gave us a lot of
commented,
extra information. Just want
Yeah.
to say thank you for that. That was
yeah, it was really, really great that he commented and
Yeah.
gave us more insight to our history as a
really
club.
good news. Thank you for that.
If there's any other, well,
Keen Jers
yeah,
out there.
if
That
there's
wanna-
anything you would like us to cover, give us a wee comment. As I said, this was another one of the things when it was hard to get the information.
Yeah.
We had to dig deep again.
Dig deep again.
'Cause there's not much info on this.
I'm sure your dad. You said he runs the programs, doesn't he? So he
There's
must have a couple
um,
from Kinning Park.
I've actually seen this very rare piece of memorabilia. It's a season ticket from Kinning Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to. Well,
I
we'll
think
try and include that on the screen.
The guy I mentioned, Robert McElroy, he will have that if he could get in touch with him. Maybe get on one of our podcasts in the future.
Yeah,
That'd be terrific
Yeah.
to get on the black.
He's actually got a season ticket from this Kinning Park.
that
back
would
in the
be
day.
absolutely
It must be
amazing.
worth a fortune.
Absolute fortune. Well, listen, guys, thank you again for watching, and we're going to be back next week with another podcast discussing. We'll let you know the agenda later on this weekend for next week. But thank you again, and if you haven't followed us on Facebook, it's Rangers Talk on the Spot, and on Twitter, it's @JersChat. Thank you, guys. See you next week.